Why hello there my fellow duplicants, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Oxygen Not Included Dino Armageddon. Episode 9, Manufacturing Missiles. Unfortunately our seacomb, we haven't propagated a lot new seeds, so I'll keep an eye on that. That would be a bit of a problem if we don't end up getting new seeds. Not like critical, but obviously we're gonna want more seeds. Oh, there we go. So here's the emulsifier. Emulsifier forever. So phyto oil plus bleach stone equals biodiesel. And now, as you can see, all of the phyto oil just got queued up into the system. So we have 400 kilograms of phyto oil in the emulsifier waiting to go. And this all have as a 7. Yeah, this is becoming somewhat pressurized down here. Wait, I made way more glass than I needed. Oh well. I'll live. So we got the emulsifier now. So the current priority is wire up the blast shot. Or the blaster. And build exhaust vents. Pretty straightforward. So that's just these construction projects here, which I'll raise up to like a 6. So we'll have the blast shot be able to start to shoot the demolior. The other thing I could do is a storage bin here for the intracosmic blast shots, because I guess we hauled the ones down here. I actually distinctly remember them, remember not having that be in our allowable. So I'm kind of curious as to where the hell it went. It says 0 units. Did it? Oh, we already loaded it up in the meteor blaster. So here, as you can see, the 4 green ticks means we've shoved 4 intracosmic blasters in there. So never mind, I don't need that box. So I'm wondering where those went. Problem solved. Okay, we're getting pretty close to having this be done, and I'll raise this up to a 9. I mean, I am definitely eager to start shooting. The other thing that we haven't worked out yet is what cooling we will offer for the blaster. So after firing 4 times, what we can do is get a reading on its temperature to figure out, because right now it's 34°C, to figure out what kind of, like, how robust of a cooling system we'll need. We'll work that out together. But there is the cold biome here that that is adjacent that we can use for radiant piping. That is a lot of meteor. I am surprised we haven't made any biodiesel yet. That's because research is a higher priority than processing. And I think the entire exhaust line is done. We just need the vent. And then the cabling at the bottom. Nice. Wow, you are Macho is real fast in a suit. He was just like zip. Okay, the vent is done. In that case, let's make sure the heavy watt cables are in here so we can start pumping this polluted oxygen and carbon dioxide mix, which is pretty pressurized, out of here. We don't need to, it's not like gonna kill me or anything, but why not? And then we'll start working on the rest of the cable, which is really only these few sections for the blast shot maker. So there's not much left to do there either. Here we go. That will go all the way up to space. Release the farts. Now, technically speaking, there's really nothing stopping this gas, everything west of this liquid lock, from outgassing to space. The thing is, there's so many, there's so many sources of random other gases, like bleachstone and the like, from the dartles that, like, I don't really care. So I could airlock it. I'm not gonna bother. Is my point. Pretty easy to airlock it, though. I mean, if you wanted to airlock it, you just put a manual lock and, like, door it up or whatever. But it's, almost all the gases that are in here are, like, nasty waste gases that I don't even care to grab. Alright, where is Shield? And why is he not researching? Let's raise the research benches up to 9s. So he has less of an excuse not to do them. And then checking in with this. This was at like almost 3K pressure. Now it's down about a K. The carbon dioxide hasn't really gone. But one of the reasons why I have mesh tiles all around here is so that there's free airflow in this area. Making it a lot easier to like gas equalize. So it doesn't have specific sections that are really high pressure. Ooh, but peat delivery failed. It's interesting that all 3 failed to get deliveries. Gloves. You're gonna give me gloves. Nope. Purple refrigerator. Are there radiant pipes for gases? Yes, there are radiant pipes for gases, liquids, even technically radiant pipes for solids if you count the temp plates. So caffeination is done. Oh, hey, look, we're firing. So each shot does 10 hit points to 1,000 hit point things, so we need to shoot 100 times. Or rather, 96 more times to blow this thing up. This meteor blaster warmed up about 2 degrees and is currently cooling. One of the beautiful things here is it might be cooling because we have gas vent. You know what I want to do? Let's try to fart the gas out right next to the thing. See if we can't just, like, ghetto cool. I don't know if that's a thing. I mean, I know if I enclosed it in an environment and had, like, temp shift plates and all that, it would be, but it would work, but... let's try for the lowest effort cooling system. Basically, fart till it's cold. One thing that you can do with dumped gas like this is to heat the gas up, some method, you know, and then dump it, which allows you to delete heat. But my greater point here is, we have like 100 cycles left. I don't really care, or 120 cycles left. I don't care about heat. Heat's not an issue in that time span. It's just not. So, if we, you know, as long as the meteor blaster doesn't overheat, I'm fine with it. All right. So I want to make sure that all of my other dupes are, like, productive while we are working on getting the blast shot research. Hey, Xanth, thank you for the resub. So you're researching, you just woke up, you are food supplying. Got it. Alright, skill rescrub, sushi. So the idea here is, I wouldn't mind sushi to be able to make some basic foods for morale. And then, on top of that, ditching his ranching. I don't really care about ranching at all. In fact, I don't even really care about farming all that much. because we don't do plant tending, so it's not a big deal. So he'll get his skills scrubbed. Printables, come on, refined metals. Paku? Well, I know we could do cooked seafood. So maybe what I'll do is I'll not print this up until we can, until people are awake, and I'll kill the Paku for seafood reasons. In fact, if Macho is already up, I'll just do that now. Attack, 9, go. Not the butterfly, though. Oh, God. Okay, not the butterfly. Okay, let's high priority sweep this stuff so it doesn't get spoiled. Refrigerator should allow for it. And then as soon as we have sushi shaken, not stirred, he'll be able to cook. Wait, what new combat? Oh, one of the frickin' Paku made it into our water supply? Okay. Was not expecting that. Skills reset. Perfect. Okay, Mr. Sushi. You will get grilling, carrying, suit wearing, exosuit wearing, strength hiding. Ooh, okay. So the only issue here is he doesn't have pyrokinetics or technics, which is something I wanted. So I might need to re-scrub him. We'll see if he levels up soon enough that I don't need to re-scrub him. Because he was our blast shot maker. So if he doesn't have the skills to actually be able to make the blast shot, well, that's a bit of a problem. All right, fishy. What? How is this not working? Yes! Go zap it. There we go. And sweep. Also, sweep. And set this to a 9. Slightly higher food quality. Probably not going to be a big deal for us. I mean, our morale to skill overhead, we still have lots of room. 29-12, 28-12, 22-10. It's not like anyone's going to have a break from that. Not unless they have, like, yucky lungs, eye irritants, popped eardrums, and a whole bunch of other negative, you know, stressors. So, not worried about that at all. Oh, another Rex. So there was one over there. How old is it? Because it's only 34 out of 200. Yeah, I could tame it. I could just dig a path and grab it if I wanted more tail feathers. Pretty low on my priority of things to do, though. Alright. Yep. This is not high pressure anymore. So I'm turn off that pump. We don't need it running 24/7. Yeah, not anymore. Sushi can't rance anymore. True, true. But, you know, there is the scrubber. The idea here is, once we have all the processors, I was planning on having Shield and Macho focus on operating. and Sushi focusing on pyrotechnics, so that we have them have the required skill to be able to make as much blast shot as we're going to need, because we're going to need a bunch of more blast shot. We're going to need 96 more. So how's that research coming? Close. For advanced, it's 47 out of 70, so it's not too far off. All right, so make a blast shot maker. From there, once we have the ability to make blast shot, what's going to be more important than anything else is to always have the dupes have the raw materials to continue that production cycle, and then to automate it in the most efficient way possible, which might mean conveyor belts, it might mean illuminated environments. I mean, we have shine bugs here, so that kind of helps. To try to make it as quick as and easy as possible to blast shot. So that's the concept there. And luckily, like Macho's getting some machinery skills, you know, because they're stomping the sea comb. It looks like we don't have too much more sea comb that we need to grow. I'm surprised the seeds haven't spread as much as they already had. That part of the reason is we never really had Sushi focus high on cooking. So some of that is like my own fault. I think what I'll do is I'm going to force Sushi to do a whole bunch of cooking right now, and then maybe reskill him to ditch cooking entirely and to like turn off the grill and just not use it. So apologies for the yellow alert. We're also down to 125 cycles left. So we're just ripping through the raw egg and making cooked seafood out of it. Sushi. Yeah, that should work. And the refrigerator's filling up with cooked seafood and omelets, which was exactly what we're aiming for. Now that I don't have any... Wait, I don't have any research? Oh, we got it. Okay, the stations. Blast shot maker. So the blast shot maker is what makes the missiles. What is going on? Blast shot maker? Yeah, for some reason or another it was like invisible. I couldn't click it. Boom. Power that up. And that's going to be on this cable, which is the dedicated one. So the blast shot maker itself, as you can see, costs just shy of 1 kilowatt. So I have this dedicated wire, which is a 1 kilowatt wire, only hooked up to the blast shot maker. Of course, the transformer's off right now because I haven't needed it until now. And that is our blast shot maker, being able to rip blast shot out and blow up the demolior. Yay, it's not raw. There's another achievement. All right, Macho, you have some construction tasks, pal. Get to it. The other thing we might want is a storage bin. Let's put it here, and this will be for nickel. That is not the nickel stored for the power control station. So, refined nickel as an 8, max full, because this is as a 9, max 50. So basically, any refined nickel that isn't outside of the power control station will be kept here. I'm probably going to want one more box, and unfortunately, we'll put it here. And this will be for fertilizer or peat. And you'll see why in just a moment. Alright, so maybe another day of sushi cooking. The raw egg. And we'll pivot, reskill them again. Because I'm running out of paku filet. So here we go. This needs liquid intake. So, done. And we're going to be making intracosmic blast shot out of nickel, peat, and a unknown third ingredient, which will be biodiesel once we have actually processed biodiesel for the first time. Wait, I can make souffle pancakes? Oh, dang, I'm not gonna bother. That's like too fancy. So this peat will be for, as an 8, for all the peat that it's outside of our power grid. The other thing I might want to do is, purposely go dig up as much peat as I have available to me, because peat and fertilizer are now the projectile materials. So making sure that I have a very steady supply of peat is going to be important. Yo, can you guys make biodiesel already? Jesus. I think this is the last egg batch. No, I lied. Oh, he's making toasted millet. And we're almost done with that. I say as we inevitably find more. Damn you! There's a lot of refined iron on the surface as well that hypothetically we could collect. It's just like, unless you have really good exosuit wearing and athletic speed, the time it takes to collect the iron in small batches generally is not worth it, in my opinion. How the hell? Oh, because this door's open. It just like walked all the way in because we don't have a door here. I mean, it makes sense. It's just funny. You have food poisoning. Good job, Sushi. Alright, so we're out of egg. We're out of millet. Okay. Yes. Sweep 9. Disable. And, Sushi's gonna go back to making bombs. This vine is really grown? It sure is. I think it's on a, yeah, it is on auto harvest. The other thing I could do for food is, like, dig into, like, kill this lum and dig into this vine and dig into any of the other, overgrow vines that are around for, like, this one for free food. Because there's a lot of free food there that I'm passing up. A lot of those figs are freebies. Alright, Seuss. Blueprint, brine, okay. That's not a bad idea if I want to spend even less time on food. The thing is, now we have 42,000 K-cows. I'm not going to worry about it for a bit. Because we're not hurting. And I'll probably end up putting just about everyone else in the colony through a skill scrubber as well to optimize for blast shot making. So make intracosmic blast. What are they technically? Blast shot. That's probably going to be the priority for the next 100 cycles. But we'll be doing other things as well. I love the concept that if you want to, like, skill scrub... Okay, I'm getting pissed off at these guys. So this plant pulverizer is a 1, and this is a 9. Can you guys, like, work out that, please? Alright, Sushi. You are pyrotechnic. And we will also give you operating and carrying. And with the blast shot maker done, we can enable this transformer so that we'll start, we'll be able to actually make the blast shot. So here, we haven't discovered the third ingredient. Okay. Gotta lose my mind! Just freaking step on that thing. It's being powered, right? Yeah, okay. This whole time they could have been doing it. They've just been, like, completely messing with me. There we go. Delivering biodiesel. Thank you! And what we're making here is 96 intracosmic blast shot. So each one requires 50 kilograms of refined nickel, 100 kilograms of peat, and 200 kilograms of biodiesel, which is essentially one cycle of the emulsifier. So it's a lot of production refinement per shot, but you know, that's the goal, right? So I'm just going to start refining nickel forever. And let's also take a look at Shield's skills. So Shield already has operating max, so he doesn't really need to be reskilled. Macho, on the other hand, could start to get operating skills instead of digging skills. Although I do worry that if I remove his digging skills, I will inevitably run into a situation where I need to go through like obsidian or diamond or something. So maybe I don't want to do that. How close is he to leveling up? That's the bigger thing. Because I could probably get rid of super hard digging in lieu of at least tinkering 1. And maybe even exosuit training for electrical. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. It's gonna be worth it. So Macho, let's get shook. Alright, another thing that would be nice is if I was storing my nickel ore here, or like at least close enough to the rock crusher that it's not annoying. So we'll set up a nickel ore bin as well. I see tail feathers, but I don't have a rancher, so it's kind of moot. How old are you anyway? Why can't... There we go. You are 140. So maybe in the next 60 cycles, if Sushi levels up, I'll give him ranching 1 just to be able to get those tail feathers. Wouldn't hurt. Luckily, the Seacomb really spread as well. My Seacomb leaf, I only have 600 units left. There might be a case where I have to ramp that up and grow even more of it, but only time will tell. Wait, what? Oh, you left the shaker with like 1 second left to go. Brutal. Will not having farming skills slow down my Seacomb? It will slow down the chance for new seeds, but it won't... Yeah, now you're done. Frickin' of course. But that's it. So let's give you super hard digging hat. I don't think that this will likely be my bottleneck in the full production cycle for intracosmic blast shot, but I suppose time will tell. So this is supposed to be nickel ore. all the nickel ore can be stored in there. And the nickel ore, the nickel and the peat are not sweep only on purpose, so that if anyone has downtime, they're just like collecting the stuff. And putting it in the boxes it belongs. So the other issue is, if we don't have all the peat delivered to these peat burners, we won't really have the power to be able to make blast shot. But I'd really like... So sushi. Working the blast shot is an operating. So let's give you highest priority operating, lower priority... we'll keep you on high priority farming. And then changing some of the priorities around so that operating is a lot higher for everybody. So we've got a batch of enough for 3 missiles stored here. We just need to work that. So sushi, let's rank these. This is a 9, this is an 8, this is an 8, and this is a 7. So we have a rank priority list of the tasks we need. Now, the one thing that I think is, because we're slowly rolling the blast shot out, one advantage we might end up having is this doesn't overheat as a result of how slow it is that we run blast shot to it. We'll see. I can hook this up with a cooling loop if it does become an issue. But we still haven't quite made our first blast shot. It is warning me that it's that max gas pressure. But I'm not producing enough oxygen, but I don't actually see that is true. Breathability is 100%, so not concerned at all. Oh, look, we got missiles! So we are having a power outage, and that's probably, yep. I was going to say, that's because these peat burners didn't have their fuel delivered. Because when these are, even if these aren't tuned up, I make about 1.5 kilowatts. Which should be fine for the blast shot maker to run. And there's 2 missiles. So this is essentially our countdown. We need to make 94 more, and then deliver these missiles to the blaster itself up here. There's nothing really protecting this meteor blaster from actually getting hit by meteors, because I'm not loading up normal blast shot. One thing I could do is put 1 normal blast shot in there, or like a few normal blast shot in there, just to make sure that it doesn't like get wrecked. There we go. We have hand-delivered one of the missiles, and dealt some damage to the demolior. Down to 940. Get shot. So yeah, let's make 1 thing of normal blast shot. So that it can protect itself from impact. Now, one thing I was considering is researching... I don't know. So here's the thing: is I don't know if the cost of researching and building this would pay off, but getting conveyor belts for a conveyor to be able to auto sweep up the missiles and deliver it so that it doesn't have to be hauled. I'm gonna go with no for now, but I might change my mind later on. And the 2 more missiles we shot out of here. Yeah, I mean, it's not overheating yet. Not even close. There's 5 blast shot. Now, the only other issue with 5 blast shot is if we were loading in regular blast shot, which I believe is happening right now, we might need another meteor blaster. Wait a minute. Did you just... You... No. 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 Sushi. 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 No, go do it. I hate you. He walked it all the way over here and then he was like, yep, job's done. I'm off the clock. Fine, whatever. Worst dupe. Oh, thank you, Macho, for doing it. There we go. So now that it has a regular blast shot, it can protect itself. You know, because there was another argument to be made of, like, should I invest in... I mean, I'll put it this way. Everything that we absolutely must have to survive this is now produced, correct? Right? So, what can I do to make the system more efficient to produce more blast shot faster? Might it be solar panels? Might it be a conveyor system? As long as I'm not really at risk of, like, death, you know, failing the challenge, we can play a little bit. So I think that's what I'll ask you. What next side project to undertake? So we could make nicer clothes, make plastics, make a conveyor system, make solar power, or other viewer suggestions. And I would open up the suggestion box to you all. So there you go. You can vote. I'll give you 5 minutes to vote in that poll. Unless it looks like there's like a runaway result. Alright, seems to me like the bottleneck is biodiesel. And I'm making some extra normal blast shot as well. I'll make 2 more units of normal. Just so that stuff up here can't get destroyed as easily. Jonah, thank you for the resub. And yeah, you are racking up a whole bunch of months. Hello, why aren't you firing the intracosmic? Has power, has ammo. But my brain can't handle why it hasn't shot. Hello? Cooldown time? Nah. Doesn't have one of those. It's not close enough, also not true. Might need separate launchers. I guess? But you know, let's go with that theory. I don't mind that. I think it would be wise to have two anyway. Actually, I don't really like that. Let's... What stones do I have up here? What, I don't care. Build that. I said something that upset it? Yeah, it seems like it. I pissed it off. Made it sad. Okay. All 9. Go ahead, Macho, get that built. And it looks like you guys have tied a conveyor system and solar panel. So I'll consider both. Where are you going? There was more. Well, I guess we haven't delivered the shell. Thank you for tuning in to Oxygen Not Included Dino Armageddon, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow survivors.